Hey all, I'm Jenna and I love to share how to use the Project Life app to make simple scrapbook pages with all the photos I take on my phone. This will be a basic tutorial on the Project Life app, and I hope that it will show you how easy it is to scrap all the photos you take with your phone too. If you watch this and then are interested in more, please join me in the Simply Project Life Facebook group for more in-depth information. The Project Life app is free for iOS and Android users, so be sure to give it a try. Go download the app if you haven't already, and let's get started. Okay, so for this basic overview, we are going to open the Project Life app, tap on Create, and tap on Collage Page. We're going to start very basic. The app treats this full square layout as a 12 by 12, but you can print at any size square. For this particular default layout, we have two 6 by 4s at the top and bottom and four 3 by 4s in the middle. And you can tap on layouts right here and then see this little bar right here. You can drag up to see more on the screen. And you'll see all of the free layouts the app comes with. This whole section right here, 1 through 24 are free. And there are more in-app purchases and also some 6 by 8s. Don't let the word in-app purchases or phrase in-app purchases deter you from anything. This app comes with plenty of free layouts, card packs, and fonts to get you started. I mean, you could scrap multiple projects without purchasing a single thing, but as you use the app, you'll see the benefit of more card packs and more layouts and the added font features. So, again, don't let that deter you. You can do so much with the free download of this app. I've been using it for 10 years now, and I'm still going strong. There are more layouts and card packs added to the app every once in a while, and I don't regret any purchases I've made. They're, $3.99 at the most, I think, for some of the card packs. Maybe a little more. I can't remember exactly, but they're worth it. You can reuse them, and they are nothing like the price of traditional paper scrapbooking. So it just can't be beat. Okay, let me get back to our page here. The only extra thing I'm going to do is change my corners to square them off. I am a square corners gal. And so I definitely change my pages to be squared off. And there are some defaults you can set in the Preferences tab of the app. But like I said, we're keeping this basic. So the next thing we're going to do is add some photos. And to do that, we are going to tap on one of the pockets and we are going to tap the photo picker. That is the one on the left side of the two options in the upper right. You'll see all your photo albums here when you tap on that. And I created an album just for this project. So I'm going to go to my Project Life Getting Started Guide video album. And I'm going to add, let's see, I'm going to put that one there. And I'm going to tap on this pocket and come back over and tap on this here. Then I'm going to tap on this pocket and I'm going to add this photo there. Down here. Yeah, and then here, this one. So I've added all my photos very easily. Just go in and out, in and out. Now, I don't know if Android users can do that, but iOS users can. There are some minor differences between the platforms, but everything is still there. You can still do most everything across both platforms. And keep in mind, I am demonstrating on my iPad in landscape mode, but when you're doing it, if you're on a phone or holding it in portrait mode, some of this will pop up at the bottom. But again, it's all there. Everything's there. Okay, now let's think about which cards we want to add to this page. Overall, I'm just going to come back to the photo and the full page and sort of maneuver some of the photos around by tapping on the pocket and just kind of making sure I have them placed where I want them. You can use 2 fingers to zoom in and out. I think I am going to, because that, I think I like that better. And then over here, I'm going to do a little bit of, maneuvering with this photo. I am going to try to make sure I get all of the musician in the middle. And then I'm going to kind of line up. I have 1, 2 arches over here, 1, 2 arches over there. I'm going to try to keep this as centered as possible. I don't overthink it too much, but I do look at each photo and see what it might need. You can also do some minor editing here. You can change the brightness down here, the contrast, the saturation. You can rotate photos. So keep all that in mind. This is the PicTap Go app. You can integrate that into the app if you're an iOS user. But we're not going into any of that today. The only thing I'm going to do is brighten up this photo a little bit. Alice's face is a little bit shadowed. And I'm going to leave the rest as is. Now we're going to add some cards from the app. Okay, now that our photos are placed, we are going to add a few cards. I always start with my photos. That's the point of any of this. I always start with my photos, and then I am going to look through some of the kits that come with the free download of the app. And so you'll have access to these as well. And so we're going to start with coming over here to this icon on the right side of the upper 2 options in the right corner. And that will take you to all of the in-app content. I'm telling you, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cards. Here are a few that I've favorited. We're going to start with, let's see, I think it's in the Fresh edition. That's a free kit with the download of the app. And I'm going to put this title card in here. So you'll notice whatever pocket I have selected will show you the size of the card. And that's why I was telling you in the beginning that the app treats this as a 12 by 12 page. So this is a 4 by 6. It takes up 6 inches across, 4 inches vertically. Okay, so I'm going to add this title card here where it's going to have just a little bit of room to add a title in this white space. I'm going to come here, and actually I want to come to this pocket here and just tap on that size pocket in the same kit and see how it changed to 3 by 4 from 4 by 6. It's only going to show you what's been designed for that pocket. And in this one, I'm going to put, which card do I want to put in there? Sorry for the scrolling. I'm just kind of thinking. Thought there was one that said love. Oh yeah, love this. I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to do some journaling here in just a minute. But now I want to switch kits. So I'm going to come over here to this pocket, and then I'm going to tap on the title of the pocket and go to the kit called Midnight, which is also free. And in this one, I want to add a filler card, I think. So see how they're designated also by size, but also by type. This is a filler card. If I add one of these to this pocket, there's no journaling I can do on that with the free options in the app. I think I want to add this card right here. They have some like first and last page or title cards, and then mainly though, they're journaling or filler cards. So be sure to read the full designation in each section. The size and the type of card will show you what you are able to do with it. It tells you right there. Okay, for that, I think, let's look at the overall page, and I think I'm pretty happy with that. So now we're going to add some journaling. Let's start with a title up here in the upper left. I'm going to tap on that journaling icon right in the middle. That shows me that I'm using the free journaling option. I'm just going to type Central Park and do a little editing here. We are going to leave the color black. We are going to change the font to this one right here, Courier New. You'll see the name of the font pop up right in this area for just a second, then it disappears. So see, you'll be able to tell which font you're using, but then it'll disappear. I'm going to tap back on this arrow and adjust the size a little bit. I'm going to use the slider to bump it up to about 40. Yeah. And then I'm going to use the plus or minus to tweak it to get right to 40. I'm going to come back to the journaling tools. I don't need to worry about line spacing with one single line, but I am going to lower it just a little bit with the vertical offset tool. And I think that's good. I'm going to close the journaling options on that card and move over here to this card where I'm going to put the bulk of my journaling. Again, the journaling icon is in the middle of the pocket. That's showing me that I'm using the free options to journal in the Project Life app. The paid for options are up here in the upper left, the freeform text option. That's in the upper left. There's another journaling add-on feature called, adding your own fonts, but you can use that with or without freeform text. They're two separate things. All right, that's for later. We're keeping it simple, remember? And for this one, I'm just going to paste in some journaling. And then obviously that is, probably at like a large point, whatever the defaults are, I'm not even sure. But we're going to obviously bump that down a little bit. I'm going to change the font first before I mess with any spacing or sizing. Every font is different. A 12-in-1 font is vastly smaller or larger than a 12 font in something else, or 12 point in something else. So you can't say universally use a 12-point font. No, you have to change the type of font first and then adjust the sizing and spacing. So I'm going to do that by tapping on the little A to adjust the size. We're going to bump that down to, let's keep going. I think I'm going to put it on a 10 for this one. And I'm going to come over here. I don't really like the first line of my journaling being right under the love this. So I'm going to lower it first before I do any other adjustments. That's better. See, I like a little space under it as well as above it. The card's made that way. I can't change this, but I can change this a little bit. And so I'm going to come back over here now, and I want to adjust the line spacing. Instead of making the font larger to fill the pocket, I want to put more space between each line. So I'm going to just use this slider and go until it feels a little balanced. And I like a nice round number, so I'm going to leave it at 30. And I think that's good. I'm going to tap the X, come back out to the full page, and I can do that by either tapping on the pocket again or the little magnifying glass. And I like that. That looks great. So we have added our photos. We've added our cards. We added some journaling. And so basically this page is done. Very basic page. I love it. I'm very happy with it. And I want to export this page. The Project Life app is not storage. When you're done with the page, it's really smart to go ahead and export the page. So tap on that arrow in the lower right, and you can tap update page info and name the page if you want to. Like I might say NYC page 1. I wouldn't actually type out page. I would say NYC 1, NYC 2, or however. You can also date the page here. And then be sure to tap apply when you're done to make those adjustments stick. And then you're going to come right back down here and export the image to your camera roll. And then you can put it in a folder and organize it. But that's, again, more for the group or more for another video. We're keeping this very basic, very basic. And I love it. This is how most of my pages look. I drop in some photos. I drop in some cards. I do a little journaling. I call it done. But there is so much more you can do with this app. Let me show you a little bit of that. Okay, wait. Before I show off their work, let me show you some more basic pages in the Project Life app. Like I said, we made this today. Very simple. Very happy with it. I also made this page for a Hawaii vacation, and I am demonstrating here the freeform text option. I journaled right here in the middle of this plain white card, and then I added this title at the top. Very simple use of the add-on feature freeform text. And in this one, I'm also using the freeform text option over these overlays. In the app, you can add a little overlay on a photo or a card, and then I journaled on top of that. So that's a very simple use of overlays and freeform text. Here is a page that I think we coined this page within a page in our Facebook group. And I think Julie showed us a lot of this. if I started naming names, I would never be able to stop. So I better. This is like an overlay, and it's edited a little bit with freeform text. It's also got a page unfinished added into this pocket. So on the original page, I added these 3 photos of big text and our selfies. And then I saved the page unfinished and added it back into this pocket so I could have room to journal and add this little square overlay. Did the same thing here, here, and here. This is a Polaroid overlay in the app, and I used freeform text to journal on that. I used freeform text over here to add the date. Anyway, there's just a lot of extra features on this page. And here's an example of a week in the life style layout a la Ali Edwards. And it's very simple. White journaling card with some journaling and a freeform text date, and also the days of the week on each photo. Very simple. Here's an example of what the app calls an editorial page, and I just have a little bit of freeform text on the top and bottom of the in-app journaling. And here's an example of what's called a no drop shadow page. You know, if you're familiar with digital scrapbooking, items can have a little bit of a drop shadow. And that is the case on these collage photo or collage pages. There's a slight shadow around each pocket. And on this one, it's turned off. So this card blends seamlessly into the background. And I make one of these as the cover of every yearly album I make. I just change the photo at the end of the year and change the year. And then the same app that made that made this. Yeah, it did. Wendy made this page. She's in our group, our Facebook group, Simply Project Life. And she made this using just the Project Life app. It's pretty amazing. And Carrie made this, just the Project Life app. Again, very awesome. And then Elise made this page. She's doing a lot of page in a page with borders and cards, and then this added journaling on top. It's amazing that the same app is making these pages. Okay, but here is the page we made today. In the next video, I'll do that in a few weeks. We will complement the right side of this double page spread with some more Central Park photos and cards and just coordinate them. And I'll show you some more features in the Project Life app as well. But that's it. That's the basics of the Project Life app. You can simply drop in your photos, drop in your cards, drop in some journaling, or like you saw, take it to the next level. I do encourage you to join us in the Facebook group called Simply Project Life. Join us there for more tips and tricks. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook as Jenna Scraps. So be sure to follow or friend me there. And I look forward to creating more Project Life app pages with you in the future. Happy app scrapping, everybody.